Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Beat. I am Randon Heim, and I'm here with the new Athletic Director, Donnie Brooks. Thank you, Mr. Donnie, for
Thank you for having me.
yeah, of course. Well, we are very excited that you just got here at Millsaps. So while we're here, you can tell the people about yourself.
I've come a long ways from Houston, Texas. Made my way all the way up to Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, where I both played and then returned as a graduate student to coach there. After spending time and thinking I was going to be a teacher coach, ultimately I fell in love with administration while working as a high school athletic director in Springfield. After my time at Springfield, I moved on to Williams College, and then from my 5 years at Williams as both a coach and an administrator, moved on to Dartmouth College as a full-time administrator. So I've learned to live in the middle of nowhere for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's good to be back in the city, but it's also good to be working and helping really smart kids to achieve their goals, working with a great coaching staff to help them build championship culture. So I'm looking forward to making Millsaps my home for a long time to come.
That sounds great. Now, you mentioned the places that you've been, Springfield, Williams College, and Dartmouth. Do you think your successes there is what sets you apart from other athletic directors that we have had here?
I don't know if I would say it sets me apart, but I do think one of the things that I have learned a lot about is championship culture. And you think of Texas high school football, you think of these great championship teams, and my Texas high school football team is terrible, right? My best record was 500. But then moving on to a great college program and seeing what excellence looks like was really beneficial for me to learn and grow both as an administrator and a coach. But then being able to hone my own skills as a high school AD. But ultimately, my experience at Williams, where we wanted everything we did, just about, and then moving on to Dartmouth helped me learn how to transform culture, how to take teams who, in many cases, struggled, how to define your vision, mission, and values, to take a team who wasn't great and help them excel to what we called competitive excellence, or comprehensive excellence, if you will. Comprehensive excellence, we didn't just want one team to win, we wanted all our teams to get better. And I will say that was probably over my time, being able to see many teams develop and grow would be my hope for Millsaps as well.
Right. You're talking about every team being able to grow. Do you have any specific goals for each of the sports programs that are in?
When you're trying to build a program of comprehensive excellence, I think your first challenge is to set the bar for excellence, right? When we talk about ad excellentium, every team can't win a championship every year. It'd almost be unrealistic for a team who didn't win very many games or didn't fill a roster to go out and win a championship. But as we now set new bars and goals for teams, we talk to each coach, or I talk to each coach individually about what is excellence for next year. So we hope through goal setting, but I think one of the things that we primarily have to do is talk about our team values, right? And if we state what our values are, we come together and develop shared values and then goals. I can now hold coaches accountable to a certain type of culture based on a certain set of values. And I think that would be the focus this year, is to start to build culture and then hold people accountable to a standard and certain values which they set forward. I don't want to set the values for each team, but I do think departmentally there are certain values that we want to hold true to, and hope to be able to talk about those more in the near future.
Right. Well, I'd like to ask you, since you're talking about values and a lot of since we are at D3 college, do you think that it's more important, and since we're Millsaps and more educational college, what do you think is the most important aspect of being a student athlete here? I know it's tough.
It is tough, and I've, having been a student athlete at the Division III level, we will always say academics are first. But you then start to realize there's so many aspects to your college life, and many of the folks who are driven to a school like Millsaps and who will play varsity athletics or compete in varsity athletics here want to be excellent at everything, and it is tough. And I think, the thing that I think about for the experience of these student athletes is balance. And something that you'll hear about soon, or hear more about soon, we talk about it a lot here, is the Major Difference program.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately we have to help our students find that balance, right? We take 20 plus hours from them a week for them to compete in varsity athletics. How do we make sure they find that balance in their academic lives and in their personal development here on our campus? And so that will be our focus here soon, because what I find is that students who are well balanced, they do better on the field, they do better in other areas of campus, and they're able to contribute more because ultimately they're well. And that's what I think. If you ask me what I'd like to see from our student athletes, I'd like them to be healthy and well while they're here during their experience within Millsaps athletics.
Another thing I'd like to talk about is athlete retention. Considering this is a D3 college, I know most athletes want to play at higher levels. That's obvious sometimes. But we've had 25 basketball players in the last 4 years leave. And so what exactly are you going to do to make sure that athletes can get have a great experience here and also stay?
I think the experience can't be all about wins and losses. And when you hear about the experience of students, many attribute it to, we didn't have a great season, or I didn't like my coach. There's so many things that go on within a program that can encourage a kid to leave. But I think, when I wrote a response article this summer to an article that was written particularly about our men's basketball program. And one thing that I've seen, no matter whether you're talking about high school, Division 1, 2, or 3 athletics, is that when you invest in student athletes and give them a reason to stay and give them a reason to want to be a part of a program, they will. And so I think I have to treat each program, whether it be men's basketball, football, women's soccer, individually, and say, what does that team need to reach a culture of ad excellentium? And I think particularly in certain programs, it may be investing in auxiliary things. People want better jerseys, people want to ride in nicer buses, and sometimes that makes sense. But ultimately, I think building cohesive units, I think one of the focuses that we'll have in our department that our student athletes will feel is leadership development. I think the second is career development. If we're providing things through athletics that help them become leaders for life, I think those, in my previous experiences, have encouraged folks to stay and want to be a part of programs. So when you come in this room on a Monday night and massage therapy is happening for our athletes, right? It's a lot easier when you're not winning, but you're being taken care of, and kind of a team is thinking about thinking about a holistic approach to your development. It's a lot easier to fight through some of the hard times when you know that people are care and they're showing that they care through investing in you.
Right. Well, I think the word of the day so far has been comprehensive excellence, as you mentioned. Honestly, Mr. Donnie, you seem like a very intelligent man, and you have a lot of great goals, a lot of great goals in mind. And I wish you the best through your time here. I know you're excited about the Riverside Rumble.
I'm excited that the Riverside Rumble is coming home. We heard through the grapevine that the rain was going to prohibit the work being done on the Belhaven football field. So I don't think you have a better environment. This is what I hear from other athletic directors in our league than Millsaps on a great Saturday, and in this case Thursday night under the lights. So whether it's the kid zone, which makes it easy for families to come to a place like Millsap and enjoy a game versus a SEC game where every ticket is $75, or the beer garden, one of the few in the country where you could come and enjoy a family-friendly environment, no matter whether you're 40 years old or 4 years old. But also, I think our fans and spectators make this an enjoyable venue. So I'm looking forward to seeing it for the first time, and we're prepared for a large crowd to be here for the Riverside Rumble on September 1st.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. Thank you for watching The Beat, and please, if you see Mr. Donnie Brooks,